Would you trade in your own personal truth for, like, can it be bought?
Coming up on All Natural.
20 million, 30 million, the type of money that can change generations. Can somebody change your truth?
No, I'll tell you what it was about, y'all. Ontario was telling me if y'all watch our first episode, y'all gonna hear us talk about certain. You're gonna hear us talk about certain doors that you can go through in any realm of growth, and it's up to you to choose that door or not to choose that door. Again, nobody's here to
Hmm.
choose you. Nobody's here to tell you wrong for choosing door A and door B. Right? We're just here to let you
Hmm.
know that we may look at you a little bit differently if we find out that you sold your soul to get whatever you want. For instance, if I went from if I was a lady and I went from twerking on cam to now have a podcast, unfortunately I sold who I was to get what I want versus just starting a podcast. You don't got to twerk in front of nobody. Sell you, truly sell who you are, and we'll listen to you.
Hmm. Hmm.
Talk about these doors, money, leading to the expand on the statement that you sent me earlier of although there are doors there, don't mean that you got to take it.
Okay. I got to use dancing for the example because, like, that's where I learned a lot of wisdom that I have. Um,
Hmm.
Whenever I was dancing, I was introduced to a lot of different dancers. Levels of they had different levels of fame, but I met some that was like local dancers. I met some that
Hmm.
was up and coming local dancers. I met some that was already established. I met some that was famous, traveling state to state. Met some that was famous that was in movies. Um, I met a lot of different people with a lot of different statuses, but as I was on my journey, I paid attention to how people moved and how they operated. And so what happened was sometimes I'll meet somebody, I'm gonna just say they was famous or a known entertainer or a known dancer. And whenever I would talk to them, they may have an attitude problem, they may feel entitled, they may treat people bad. You know what I'm saying? They may not, you may think they're gonna be kind or a nice person because of the level of fame that they have, but they don't
Hmm.
have that humility. They're not humble. And then sometimes they move a certain way. Like I'm gonna just say they go with the wind. Like people were pretty much controlling them. So contracts, brushing shoulders with the right people, you would have to do certain things, to get that bag that you wanted. They may say, "Hey, I need you to do X, Y, and Z. If you want me to pay you this amount," and they'll say, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna sign that contract. I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z for you." And they pretty much taking on a whole nother personality just to get that bag. And so they're pretty much walking through a doorway when they sign that contract. Or when they perform for somebody that's requiring them to do certain things. Versus with me, I wanted to be myself as much as possible because I'm just like, man, I ain't trying to walk through certain doors because I see how these people are moving and how they operating. And they just kind of look like puppets, you know what I'm saying? And they were people pleasers. I'm not a people pleaser. Like I'm gonna be myself, either you don't like it or you're not. Versus I'm gonna do what y'all want me to do and I hope that y'all like me because I'm trying to get a return on money, a return on
Hmm.
fame, or a return on power. Versus with me, I put myself out there and I was myself, and whatever came with it, that's what came with it. But I wasn't trying to, sell my soul or go through these certain doors because of what came with it.
Just simply, but the fame, no money. You wouldn't. I mean, you've been through a lot, money too, and I really
Hmm.
want you to speak on. I really want you to speak on one other thing that you went through.
Okay.
Um, but you've been through so much too. Even if you went through them doors, you can endure it. You don't think that the question is, check me out. You
Okay.
ready for the question?
Hmm.
Would you trade in your own personal truth for, like, can it be bought? 20 million, 30 million, the type of money that can change generations. Can somebody change your truth? Can your truth be bought?
No, I kind of got tested in that area, but see what happened with me was I was at a level of I'm gonna say I got to a certain level with being a good entertainer to where my price tag, no matter how much somebody paid me, I probably wasn't gonna be satisfied. It could have gave me all the money in the world, but for the weight that it came with, how much stuff like real life on top of being a dancer, the amount of weight and pressure it came with, it wasn't worth
Hmm.
it. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I was able to like rest and still do this and still handle life, and live life and be there for take care of all my responsibilities, that would have been different. But whenever you get in a certain bag, it comes with a weight. And you got to be able to hold that weight. And that weight is it's a lot of pressure sometimes. Sometimes it's saying, hey, we're gonna pay you X amount of dollars, but you're gonna have to go to this city that's 10 hours away from where you live. You got to stay the night over here. Stay here for all day, then perform that night. Then we want you to go to sleep. Stay again all day. Then I need you to perform again, and then we're gonna fly you back home. And it's time consuming. And like I had a lot going on outside of just being a dancer, so I'll now, if
Yeah.
the answer was the only talent you had, that's all you had, that's a whole other ball game. But that was my only talent or my only skill.
Can you judge people for going through them doors and getting the? It's the universe speaks to me so hard, so I'm gonna have to do this again. Can you or will you judge people who have went through them doors to achieve the fame that they've reached?